Hi everyone, this is Maisha here, and we're continuing by solving a Maths Predicted Paper 2024 non-calculator questions. So the first question is asking you that f and g are functions such that f of x equals to 20 over square root of x and g of x equal to 4 times by 3x plus 2. Now, when it says to find g of 3, what it means is that wherever you're going to find this x in the second function, you're going to substitute that with this 3 value. Yeah? So g of x, which is substituted by 3, I'm going to rewrite the exact same equation, but this time I'm going to substitute the x here with the 3. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 times by 3 plus 2. Okay, so when you see this type of question, remember that you need to substitute. Okay, so 4 and then 3 times by 3, that's 9 plus 2. So 9 plus 2, that's 11. So 4 times by 11, that's 44. And that's going to give you your 1 mark. Okay, the next type of question, it's asking you that g of x is 16. Now, what it means is that you need to focus on the f16 first. So when you have two functions multiplying each other, first try to solve for the last function, so f of 16. So what's given to you here? Now, f of 16 means that you need to substitute the x value here with 16. Okay, so wherever you see x is going to be substituted with 16, including this x underneath the square root. So f of 16 equals to 20 over square root of 16. That's going to give you 20 over square root of 16. It's 4. So 20 over 4, that's 5. Now this question is not done yet because the f of 16 is been multiplying by g here, right? So what you need to do is that you need to do g is multiplying with whatever you got for f of 16. What did you get for f of 16? You got 5. So it's going to be now g of 5. And again, as I explained before, whatever is inside the bracket here, you need to substitute it into your original equation. So g of 5 is going to be 4 times, open a bracket, 3 times by with what? With 5, right? So with 5 plus 2. So 3 times by 5, that's 15. So 4, open a bracket, 15 plus 2. So that's 4 times by 17, which is equals to 68. Yeah? And that's my final answer. You're going to get 2 marks for this. Okay. Last set of question for this question here, for the first question is find g of inverse, which is 2. So g of inverse is 2. What it means is that your original equation is g of x equals to 4 3x plus 2, right? I've just rewritten this. So whenever you see g inverse like this, what it means is that you need to substitute fully this whole thing as 2. So before we kept the g, right? But because of the g of inverse, this g of x is going to be fully replaced by 2 and nothing else changes. So 4 3x plus 2 is going to stay the same. Now all you have to do is to expand the bracket and solve for x. So from here on, you need to just solve for x by expanding the brackets. So 4 times by 3x, that's 12x, and then 4 times by plus 2, that's plus 8. I need to take away by 8 on both sides, as this is a linear equation, so that's going to be cancelling out, and this is going to be 2, take away by minus 8, 12x. So 2 take away by minus 8, that's minus 6, equals to 12x. So x equals to what? Minus 6 over 12. And the final answer has to be in your simplest form. So x equals to minus 1 over 2. Minus 1 over 2. And that's your final answer, which should give you 2 marks. So this question 5, in total, there were 1, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5 marker in total, okay? Now let's move on to the next question, which is asking you to solve this equation and give your answer in this particular form. And the P and G are integers. So when I see this type of question, I need to imagine them as simple fractions. When I've got simple fractions, I know that I need to have the same denominator in order to solve this, right? So all I have to do is to group the 2x minus 1 and multiply it with x plus 1, yeah? So this is my first fraction, and then the second fraction is exactly the same, 2x minus 1, x plus 1 equals to 1. Okay. I need to be careful here because when I see something like this, what do I not have on the first fraction? I have 2x minus 1, which means that my 3 is going to be cross multiplying x plus 1. Yeah, it's going to be cross multiplying x plus 1. And this 2x minus 1 is going to be cross multiplying this 2 here. Okay, so the 3 is going to cross multiply x plus 1. And then the 2 here is going to cross multiply the 2x minus 1. Yeah. Let's expand the brackets on the numerators. So it's going to be 3x plus 3 and then over. Let's keep the denominators without the expansion for now. Yeah. Plus, again, expand the numerator on the second fraction. So that's going to be 4x minus 2 over. Let's keep it the same for now. Okay, equals to 1. To get rid of this denominator here, what I need to do is I need to simply multiply both sides, okay? Why am I multiplying? Because here, guys, because it's a fraction, there's 2x minus 1 and x plus 1, they're dividing, yeah? There's a division sign. So to get rid of this onto the right-hand side, I just need to multiply them out. So 3x plus 3 plus 4x minus 2, yeah, equals to 1, and it's going to be multiplied by what I have in the denominator, and x plus 1, okay? So now I got rid of I cancelled the denominators out, and I just have a normal linear equation. Now this is not being multiplied, I just added the brackets, so there's no confusion that these are two separate fractions. Now 3x plus 3, because I've just got a plus sign, so the sign inside the bracket remains the same, so it's 4x minus 2 equals 2. Let's try and expand this. If I expand this with the 1, nothing changes, right? So I'm just directly going to expand my two brackets out. So 2x times by x, that's 2x squared. And then 2x times by plus 1, that's plus 2x. And then minus 1 times by x, that's minus x. And then negative 1 times by plus 1, that's negative 1. Okay? So let's collect all the like terms together, which is 3x plus 4x, which is going to give me 7x, and then plus 3 minus 2, that's going to give me plus 1 equals 2. 2x, again here, all the like terms again, so 2x squared plus x minus 1, yeah? In order for this to be a quadratic equation, I'm just going to remove the 7x plus 1 onto my right-hand side, and I'm going to be taking this away because the sign at the front of 7x is plus, and the sign in front of here is plus 1. So that means I need to take them away on both sides, okay? So when I take them away on both sides, this will be 0. And this is going to be 2x squared plus x minus 1 minus 7x minus 1. Yeah? Again, collect the like terms together. So that's going to be 2x squared minus 6x, and then minus 1, that's minus 2. Okay? I can simplify this further. I can divide both sides by 2. And obviously, if I divide anything by 0, that's still 0. And that's going to be x squared minus 3x minus 1. But this is not done yet because my final answer has to be in this particular format, right? In this particular format here, which is p plus minus square root of q. Yeah? What I need to do in this case, I need to use the quadratic formula, And what's the quadratic formula? The quadratic formula is x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Yeah, that's my quadratic formula. Now, what do you need to do? I need to find what the values of b, a, and c are. So I need to go back to my initial equation here, my top equation. So do you see here an empty spot? This means that that's my a. Okay, that's my a. And because I don't have anything for a, my a is going to be 1. Okay, the next one is going to be my b value. So it's going to be this b here. Okay, so my b is minus 3. Okay, my b is minus 3. And what's my c then? My c value here is going to be this, minus 1. Yeah, it's going to be my minus 1 here. Okay, minus 1. Okay, minus 1. And wherever you see a is going to be substituted with a 1 because there's nothing in front of the x squared. So I'll just try to solve it on top because I don't have any more space left. Now, I'm just going to substitute in all these values back into this quadratic formula. So minus b, that's going to be, remember, there's already a minus sign in front of the formula. So you have to do negative, open up a bracket, minus 3, plus minus square root of b squared, which is minus 3 squared, minus 4. A is 1. A value is 1. As I said, when there's nothing here, it means 1. And then minus 1 here. Yeah? All over 2a, which is just 1. Normally, this type of question would come into a calculator, but this has been given into a non-calculator paper, and it should be pretty much easy to do because the values are very small. So minus 3, that's going to be positive 3, plus minus, that's going to be so positive 3, plus minus square root of minus 3 squared, that's going to be 9, take away by 4. So 4 times by 1, that's 4. 4 times by negative 1, that's minus 4, right? I'm just going to keep the bracket because there's also a negative sign here. Over 2, 1, which is just 2. So 3 plus minus 9 minus minus 4, that's plus 4 over 2. So 3 plus minus 9 plus 4, that's, how much is that? 13 over 2. Okay, so your p value is 3. So your p is 3, and your q is square root of 13. Okay, so now you can see that this is the form that they wanted to be left, and this is what you have achieved actually. This is just to make you understand where this is coming from again. So it's from the quadratic formula, and this will give you full 4 marks if you were to solve it like this. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next question here, which is, given that a over b equals to 3 over 4 and b over C equals to 3 over 7, find the ratio A, B, and C. Now, when I have three ratios questions like this, so I'm just rewriting this question in this format here in a linear ratio. So A is the ratio of A to B is 3 to 4, and B to C is 3 to 7. Okay. Do I have any common letters? Yes, I can see that the B here, these two B's are in common, right? And because they're in common, I need to make the B's exactly the same. So the B needs to be same. So how am I going to do that? I just need to cross multiply these two ratios with the opposite value. So I'm going to cross multiply A to B with this 3. Yeah, this whole of this by 3, and this whole of this I'm going to, and B to C, I'm going to cross multiply it by 4. So it's going to be the new ratios of A is going to be 3 times 3, that's 9. So the new ratio of B is going to be 12. And C, okay, do you see? Because I've got the same B, now I can just combine them, all of them together. And the ratio of B to C, 7 times 4, that's 28. And that's my final answer. And that will give you 3 full marks. A very easy 3 full marks. The next question, I've actually made a post about this, and only one person was able to get the correct answer. So I thought, why not try and solve it together? So given that 6 sine 30 multiplied by 2 cos 30 equals to A square root of 3, find the value of A. Now, this type of identities, trigonometric identity, what it means is that you need to get rid of this sine of 30 and rewrite it as an exact value. Now, how do you know this exact value? This exact value comes from this trigonometric table, and unfortunately, you need to memorize this because it's a non-calculator question paper. Some exam boards will actually provide you this trigonometric table, and some won't. So it's better for you, if you want to achieve that A star, that you memorize this table. So this trigonometric table provides exact values for these degrees. Okay, for example, sine of 45 is exactly 1 over square root of 2. So if I were to find sine of 60, I know that it's going to be square root of 3 over 2 exactly. If I were to find tan of 30, I know it's going to be exactly 1 over square root of 3. So here, what do I need to find according? So sine of 30 is going to be, sine of 30 is going to be exactly a half. Sine of 30 is going to be exactly a half here. And then cos of 30 is going to be therefore exactly square root of 3 over 2. Yeah, square root of 3 over 2. So let's substitute it. So 6, instead of sine of 30, I'm going to just multiply this with a half. Make sure you have brackets, just because there's another multiplication sign here. Yeah, so 2 multiplied by cos of 30, that's square root of 3 over 2 equals to A square root of 3. Yeah, so 6 times by a half, that's going to be 6 over 2 multiplied by 2 root 3 over 2 over equals to A root 3. I'm not going to simplify this as of yet. So let's just multiply them horizontally. So 6 times by 2 root 3, that's going to be 12 root 3 over, again, this is going to be 2 times 2, so that's going to be 4. Yeah, so that's going to be 4 equals to A root 3. Yeah, So now I can simplify this actually. So 4 into 12 goes 3 times, so that's 3 over 1. So 3 root 3 equals to a root 3. How do I get rid of this square root of 3? Because it's timesing the a, I just need to divide when I move it to the left hand side. So it's going to be 3 root 3 divided by root 3 equals to a. So the final value of a is actually going to be, because I'm going to simplify this root 3, it's just a equals to just 3. And that's my final answer, which is going to give you 3 marks here. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.